Noswaith Croeso, good evening and welcome to the Bluebird's Nest Live. We are back a few weeks since our last Friday night under the lights, but we return, and it is a return to Jenner Park. Haverfordwest County have made the trip east to face Barry Town United in the JD Cymru Premier. League action tonight, match day 17 for us, and a meeting between two sides who know each other pretty well in only a few weeks since the last encounter. A Nathaniel MG Cup quarter-final where Barry came out 2-0 winners at the Oggy Bridge Meadow thanks to goals from Ollie Hulbert and Ian Owen. So we'll certainly be looking to put things right this evening. Haverfordwest do come into this one fresh from that hard-earned 1-0 victory over Colwyn Bay back on the 15th of November, I think it was, at the Meadow. Rhys Abrusese's second half strike sealing the points in front of a great crowd that afternoon. And Tony Pennock's men will certainly want to build on that momentum. Hopefully make a bit of a December winter push up the table. Could see us possibly even as high as the top six come January. It's still mathematically achievable. The table is incredibly tight in the bottom half, and including tonight, 6 games of phase 1 still to play. The gap is just 5 points, so every moment tonight, I think, could matter. As for Barry, they'll be obviously in confident mood. Our resounding 6-0 win in the JD Welsh Cup last Friday away at Llanelli Town. Hulbert grabbing a brace, Elliot Richards, Keston Davis, Ian Owen and Dan Barton all getting on the score shield. A statement result that, I think, and one that shows the attacking threat that they've got, but we'll have to be fully switched on for that this evening. Bluebirds team news then. Tony Pennock has gone with a couple of changes. One forced sees Corey Shepherd miss out tonight through a bit of illness. Luke Rees in goal, Captain Dylan Rees, Rhys Abrucese, Alaric Jones, Ricky Watts, Dan Hawkins, Kyle McCarthy, Greg Walters, who returns, Kyle Kenneford, Owen Jones, Ben Arman. The substitutes, Ivan Knott, Ben Fawcett, Panache Makwiramiti, Luke Owen, Ashley Watkins, Yori Humphreys, and Oshan James. For the home side, one change for them. It's wing-back Mikey George, who misses out this evening, not in the squad for reasons unknown. So they start George Ratcliffe in goal, Captain Callum Sainty, Ben Margerton, Keston Davis, Robbie Wilmot, Elliot Richards, Ian Owen, Owen Cuddy, Joshua Bernard, Ollie Hulbert, and William Richards. Number of names you'll recognise on the bench from previous encounters against Barry in the last few weeks, particularly Ellis Williams, who was a starter, and Daniel Barton, who obviously scored in the Cup last week. Very solid travelling support from Haverfordwest this evening, who've made the journey. To be fair, the M4 was for a Friday night was pretty clear this evening, but it's always great to see good numbers travelling the width of the country this evening to back the boys. So a massive thanks to all those who do follow us far and wide. For those of you who like to stick to commentary, perhaps on the way home for the replay, let's hope we'll be giving you something positive to relive later on. If you're tuning in the warm comforts from your home on YouTube, Facebook, or X, delighted to have you with us. Predictions here in the media area at Jenner Park have been interesting. Few Bluebirds victories being whispered about, but as always, please let us know in the chat what you think tonight's outcome will be. 3 points would be fantastic to start the weekend. Would see us potentially jump up the table this evening. Players will soon be making their way down the steps of Jenner Park's very large clubhouse and changing room facility, across the running track and onto the pitch shortly. I can see them over there in their Tour Sports designed away strip, proudly bearing that DragonBet sponsor across the chest. DragonBet have got us as outsiders this evening at 5-2. Barry the favourite, slight odd on at 17-20, and the draw pretty big, 21-4. But as we all know, Jenner Park, it can throw up some excitement, as we've seen in the last few years, certainly. And whilst Barry historically strong at home, it's all to play for you under the lights. As referee tonight, Ryan Kenny has started marching the players on a fair distance across the running track, as I said, just entering onto the artificial surface here at Jenner Park, heading for the centre circle for the traditional handshakes. But yeah, Ryan Kenny, the referee, he's got Harry Hendricks and John Bryant running as assistant referees for him this evening. And I believe it's Ben Williams, the fourth official, who is walking out pretty close to both sets of coaching teams. want a quiet word saying, come on, let's enjoy our Friday night here. Decent crowd picking up. I'm sure you can hear the PA system built in David Ewan and Marohid. It's helped generate a little bit of an atmosphere. The drums from my left to the far side of what I think is probably not the main stand. Two large stands here at Jenner Park, opposite each other, running parallel to the pitch. And behind the goals, just standing room only because, as I said, running track keeps us quite far back away from the action here at Jenner Park. And it's deceptive because it is, to be fair, one of the largest seated grounds in the league. Hard to tell exactly what attendance we're looking at here, but a good couple of hundred at the moment, with numbers still coming through the gates here. Good evening to the Divine family tuning in on YouTube. Good evening, Joe Kelly. 2-1 Haverfordwest prediction on YouTube from Joe. We'll soon be bringing you the live graphics, I hope, once the game gets underway. We'll have to remember to do that. Officials just having a quick chat there with Callum Sainty and Dylan Rees in the centre circle. Bluebirds currently facing from left to right in our eyes, but as often is the case, we're opposite the Scorio cameras up in the gantry on the far side. They'll be showing things from a different perspective. It looks like we're staying as we are. Officials wish each other good luck and head towards the goals to check the nets and everything else involved with that. Let's see if I can get the graphic up. Nothing yet. Hopefully that will soon be with us. 2-0 to the Bluebirds from Dan Devine there on YouTube. A Greg Walters and Ben Armand double. That would be fantastic to kick off the weekend with 3 points. As I said, try not to look at the league table, even now after 16 games, but we will keep an eye on that. So, league action for both teams here tonight. Barry off the back of their 6-0 win last week. Back in league action. I'm sure with all the Welsh Cup drama that's been taking place online in the last few days. With regards to the pre-recorded draws and whatnot, it's been full of coverage by the BBC yet again, unfortunately, for negative issues within the league. But league action here, we're underway. Good long ball forward. Ooh, half a chance. Ratcliffe collects in the Barry goal. He's all in purple tonight. Luke Rees returning to his old stomping ground this evening. In goal for the Bluebirds, all in green. Barry take the direct option, pump it forward to Hulbert, but it comes back and Barry clear into touch. Let's take a look. Have we got any graphics I can bring you? I believe we can. As Dylan Rees pinches it off Ian Owen. He's got Ben Armand going very central down the middle, but Will Richards does well to win that battle to start their evening. Let's see if I can bring this one up. We'll get there. There we go. Graphic on screen then. The 2D animation, keeping you up to date with live audio commentary from Jenner Park. Abruzzese on his toes there, gets the ball pinched on the right-hand side. I think it's going to be Bernard who has replaced Mikey George over on the far side. Walters now with it to skipper Dylan Rees. Just looking to get a bit of possession. Everyone try and get their first touch of the evening. Good evening, Marcus, joining us on X, formerly known as Twitter. Joining us from the comfort of his bedroom this evening in Pembrokeshire. Good evening to you and everybody at Gethley Moor, former front of shirt sponsor. Ball is spending quite a lot of time in the air at the moment. Barry defenders not shy in getting rid of it. Good feet from Ricky Watts. Gives it back to the skipper. He goes out to McCarthy on the far side, who returns in the last few weeks after a long layoff since the start of the season. We've missed Kyle's experience at the back. I think for some games this season we could have done with that extra body at times. Obviously this evening, Elliot Scotcher even missing from action, himself recovering from a knock he took a couple of weeks ago. Also Tom Shepherd missing from the matchday squad this evening as well. Again, showing that Tony Pennock's beginning to get a full squad to choose from again, which is obviously a positive for everybody, but tricky to manage everyone's game time. I know. Marcus, I'm going to ignore your comment to say that Barry are going to win. I know you've got a bit of a conflict this evening. I'm hoping certainly for the Bluebirds positive result. Come on, you Bluebirds, indeed, Joe Kelly. Barry throw in over on the far side, right in front of Steve Jenkins. Barrytown United manager over on the far side. Other bits of news this evening. VAR Lite isn't being used officially, but it is being trialled. I know he probably still does it, I think. David Morgan, an official in the Cymru Premier, is on VAR Lite duty over on the far side. It's not to be used by the official in the middle of the pitch, but trialling it to see of the procedures. So it'd be interesting to hear what feedback comes from that. Bluebirds looking to pass it through the phases. Dylan Rees is coming to midfield, wins it back well out on the left-hand side. Abruzzese, Owen Jones tries to go around Will Richards. Will Richards' clearance off Owen's shins and out for a goal kick. Again, the contrast in the two styles of play here, I think, evident. Haverfordwest looking to build through the phases with the ball on the deck. Yet Barry looking for the pace of Hulbert and Ian Owen up top. Two have been in good form, to be fair, as exactly that. Barnard punches it high into the night sky. Alric does well to head it first time, but it goes down to Ian Owen over on the far right-hand side. Barry come forward in numbers. McCarthy in front of him. Cross onto McCarthy's backside and out for a corner over on the far side. Fair bit of height with this Barry team. We're trying to keep set pieces in our defensive third down to a minimum. Got Margerton, Will Richards, Sainty, all at least 6'1", 6'2" even. They're all heading towards the mixer, as they say, right in Luke Reese's area there, right in the middle of the goal. There's 5 or 6 all around the keeper. Surely the referee has got a tough one there to balance that. Comes into an area, one first attempt by Abu at the front post. Heads clear. Barry come forward. Across the box. Alaric reads it well and clears. Dan Hawkins, the only man forward, skips past Richards. Good tackle, Callum Sainty on his return back to the halfway line. The big man, the captain for Barry, pinches Dan Hawkins' pocket. Ratcliffe with it. Outside his box. Nobody really near him. Plays it on the floor this time. Out to Robbie Wilmot on the far right-hand side. Clips one forward towards Hulbert. Skips over Abu. Alaric plays it well. Looking to play it on the line. It bounces off Hulbert's outstretched foot and for a goal kick. First chance for Luke Rees to get a proper touch of the ball here. They said former Barry man. Good to see some new faces and names in the chat. Mike Diggle on Facebook. Good evening, and hope Oshan gets a chance to go on and shine. From Mike, Oshan's dad, I believe. I'm sure boys were looking lively in the bench, and I know it was in the vicinity of Tony Pennock's pre-match team talk this evening, and it will be a case of all the squad going to be needed tonight. It's a tough challenge against Barry, as always, but it's going to be very much about the starters, but also the finishers of the game, as Barry look to come forward again. Wilmot slots it through. Dan Hawkins with toe around him, across the box. Oh, good effort there on the left-hand side. It's Cuddy who squares it right across the 6-yard box. Luke Rees gets a touch at, I think it's onto Hulbert's leg rather than Hulbert reaching it. Hits Hulbert, goes out for a goal kick. First major chance of the game, that one. Luke Rees again is going to be taking a goal kick. Very easily could have ricocheted into the back of the net there. Fortuitous it would have been, I must say. Luke Rees then. Ollie Green looking to the right-hand side of the pitch. Most of the players come in this side. It's a great kick forward. Clears the halfway line. Armand wins it in the air. Referee deems it as a foul on Keston Davis, former TNS and Pontypridd centre-half, playing his football at Barry this season. Keston to Richards, to Ratcliffe, back to Richards, coming forward. Barry defenders now opting to play it on the floor. Sideways passes. Arman is just blocking their progress into midfield. Doing a good job. And Owen Jones over on the far left-hand side. Those two linking up tonight. And obviously we've got a returning Ben Fawcett, who has been out injured. He returns to the matchday squad today. Barry just keeping a bit of possession here now. Come back into their own half, but Richards with an opportunity to step over into Haverfordwest territory. Forward to Ian Owen. Back to Wilmot, former Merthyr man in the centre circle. Got a great right foot, certainly a set-piece specialist. Out to Keston Davis on the left. Inside corner to Barry. Keston Davis had got forward there on the left-hand side. He headed inward. I think that is Elliot Richards, who was almost getting a chance to get into the box. But Dylan Rees does well to take it out for a corner. Wilmot then on that very deadly right foot. We've seen it at the Meadow in action too often this season. Crosses into a good area under the crossbar. It's in the back of the net. Right underneath the crossbar. Numbers proving successful. Luke Rees kicks the post in anger. It looked like a bit of a free header right in the middle of the goal. Can't quite see you celebrating it. Keston Davis, the man who gets his head onto the second real chance that Barry have had coming forward. Take the lead then after just 9 minutes. A corner from the left-hand side, right-footed in swinging under the crossbar. A lot of numbers there, just putting Luke Rees under a lot of pressure. The former Barry man, if I'm honest, probably all a little bit too easy there. Hopefully that's the firework that will kick the Bluebirds back into some positive action going forward. Barry pinch it back. Dan Hawkins nearly broke clear on the left-hand side there. McCarthy with it, with a throw-in inside our own half. And Abu has taken over the duty of this throw-in right in front of our dugout over on the far side. Watts his first touch, takes it away from him, but it's ricocheted off Ian Owen and out for a throw-in over on the far side. Diolch, Kevin. Back with a Bluebirds nest after a couple of weeks of paternity leave for me. Child number 3, born a couple of weeks ago. So I'm enjoying my first night back on commentary as Dylan Rees plays it forward a little bit too long for Greg Walters to get on the end of that one. Out for a goal kick. It was Keston Davis, Marcus, who scored off a corner. 1-0, the hosts lead. Plenty of time to play. Remember fondly us taking the lead after about 30 seconds a couple of seasons ago. Hopefully Barry's early goal isn't the only one we see tonight. Ian Owen comes forward on the right-hand side. Numbers in front of him. Turns, does well. Turns Kyle Kenneford. Comes forward again. Still with it. Out to Wilmot on the touchline. Clips one over the back. It's going to go out, is it? Flag goes up. Goal kick. Barry creating a couple of chances down the wide areas. Tony Pennock up on his feet, issuing the commands to his team. Luke Rees just putting the ball down. He's asking for a short goal kick here. You got Alric to the left of him inside the 6-yard box. Alric takes it, fires it out to Abu on the touchline, cuts back. Dylan has the option in the middle, goes to Alric. Alric puts it forward. Ben Armand, his 2 hands in the back of him. He can't jump. Referee waves play on. Greg's got it inside the centre circle. Referee has now blown on a foul on Ricky Watts. Ball right on the halfway line, just to the left of the centre circle. Chance to play it forward here. Bluebirds tonight themselves. Fair bit of height. Owen Jones, 6 foot. Ben Armand, 6 foot plus. Greg Walters, Alric Jones. But Barry keeping a very high line. Must be 10 yards outside of the penalty box. But they go back to the edge. Ratcliffe's coming to collect. All too easy. Right on the edge of the box. Unchallenged. straight away punts it forward. Down this left-hand side, Ricky Watts and Hulbert compete. Ricky Watts heads into touch. Ball quickly thrown by the ball boys to Cuddy. Looking for the quick one, but it's going to be Keston Davis who comes across to get this one. Keston Davis throws it forward to Hulbert. Gets it back, skips past. It's a good side-footed pass down the line to Cuddy. It's got Alric Jones behind him. Back to Keston Davis on his right foot. Cross, bit of space for Wilmot, edge of the box. Clips one forward. Dylan Rees does well to head clear. Greg Walters picks it up. Has to go back to Luke Rees. Takes a touch. He's got a clear. Does well. Albert was encroaching Luke's there. All the way back to Keston Davis. Inside his own half. Opts for the sky. Pass right across. Ooh. Assistant referee gives a a free kick, sorry. Ball's going out clearly for a throw-in. Nobody's getting it. The Barry player who's on Abu's head. Almost comes down on his own head, but I think he fouled Abu, but the assistant's giving it a foul against Abu. You can see Abu right across, fair distance away from me, shaking his head. He knew nothing about the player above him. Good evening, Martin. Yeah, we've got a strong bench this evening. 2 under 19, 2 of the development squad who have looked impressive over recent weeks. I'm sure could be turned to in the latter stages of tonight's fixture. Barry's free kick dealt with well, all the way back to Ratcliffe already. He goes into the night sky. Luke Rees has come to collect. Keeper to keeper. Good catch, Luke Rees. 14 gone here. Other than the goal, there was a half a chance early on for Hulbert, which ricocheted off him out for a goal kick. Other than that, not too much action. It's an arm wrestle to start here. Keston Davis on the end of Luke's clearance. Dylan Rees does well to pick up the second ball to McCarthy. Left-footed, clips one down the line. Great ball to Arman. This artificial pitch, it skips off it so quickly. Barry put it out for a throw-in. Top right corner of my viewing point. A number of people still coming in, and it's remarkable how many people are still up in the bar area. Conservatory style, very long window. There must be 25 meters wide. Highly populated, full of those probably enjoying the warmth and no doubt a drink or two. Throw in, comes in from the left-hand side. Owen Jones strikes over the bar. Half a chance there. Didn't really fall for the Bluebirds. Gary Richards' his turn on his feet in the technical area over on the far side. Having a chat with the players, just encouraging them to perhaps settle things down. Good touch, Alaric on his left foot. Chance to clear, goes to Hawkins on the right. Back to Dylan Rees, inside to Greg Walters. Misfires his pass. Callum Sainty in midfield picks it up, comes forward to Hulbert, plays it forward. Dan Hawkins comes back, doesn't quite get on the end of it. Poor cross from Cuddy there, to be fair. Abu has to clear though. Throw in going to be over on the far side. Misplaced pass by Greg Walters there. Just let Barry on the front foot. Cross this time to the right side. Good aerial threat from Hulbert against Dylan Rees, but it's the former teammates there, ex-Cardiff Met players. Rees who comes out on top. Hawkins now back to Rees. Switch from Dylan Rees. Unfortunately clears Abu's head into touch. Not the start that we were hoping for. Could even get a little bit worse here, as it's Owen Jones who's just going to be receiving some treatment here. Henry Fensum on the halfway line, potentially coming on for his first bit of duty, but players getting warm over on the far side. Ben Fawcett, I think, is getting stripped already. Just 20 minutes into the, well, sorry, not even 17 minutes into this one. Owen Jones does not look himself. I think there's been a bit of a bug around this week. Mentioned Corey Shepherd missing out this evening. Owen will hopefully try and run it off. Let's see. Yeah, the ball goes forward. Ben Harmon goes to flick it on, and Owens, no, he's gone to ground. Referee, fair play. I will say, Keston Davis of Barrytown United plays it out, allowing for perhaps Owen to seek medical attention. I don't know. He seems to be holding his leg a touch. Ben Fawcett is stripped. He'll be looking to come on as a replacement for the second time in as many games since his injury. Fingers crossed. He's going to be looking to get back his starting lineup shirt. Yeah, Owen down with Henry, just giving him a bit of attention inside the middle of the pitch. Great to see a number of people well into the hundreds this evening joining us for this live audio commentary. Good evening to you all. Love to know where we're reaching this evening. Substitution board is up in the air. Number 20 is indeed replaced by number 9. So it's Fawcett for Jones. First substitution, like I said, inside the first 20 minutes. Not the start we were hoping for. Excuse me. Let me just mute while I cough. I'm back. It's Fawcett's first bit of action. I think is to throw it back to Ratcliffe when Barry had kicked it out. Here we go again. Back underway. Ratcliffe outside to Richards over on the right-hand side. Barry just playing through the lines all of a sudden, but it's already looking a bit livelier. McCarthy quick to read that one and pinch it. It's gone up for a throw yet again over on the far side. Barry. No particular rush. Do get us back underway. Richards then. Richards, former, he played in England. I think it was Gloucester. He came in about 18 months ago. The centre half always seems to play well against us. Towering presence. Oh, Alaric does win the free kick. Just the free kick, nothing more. High foot from Ian Owen. He's appealing it. Alaric's head was low, but still. Could have been dangerous that. Alaric's back up on his feet. The Jones family are here in numbers this evening supporting Alaric. All of them making the journey, as they very often do. You'll be glad to see him shoot back up. Yeah, Abu's walking away from this one. He's encouraging Luke to come out to the goal mouth area to take this one. He's approaching, just setting the ball. Bluebirds really need to get a bit of a foothold in this one. Here we go. Luke puts it forward. Arman underneath it. It's a good header by Richards. As you said, he always plays well against us. Does well. Greg Walters punches it back. Pushes one away. Luke Dylan Reese. Oh, looking for Hawkins outside him. Misunderstanding Hawkins and Reese there, but that'll get better as the more Hawkins, I think, plays on this right wing back position. Good evening, Alison. Good evening, Pamela. Thank you very much. Henry has passed on your well wishes with the card. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. As we're back underway, McCarthy. Oh, it's just done by Hulbert there with the bounce. Alaric's back chasing Hulbert. Great tackle, Alaric Jones. Ball-hand man inside the penalty box. It was a brave one, but it was the right choice there. Puts it out for a corner. Bounce of the ball on this artificial surface. Just, I think the knowledge of the pitch almost there from Hulbert, knowing the way it was going to bounce. He read it well. McCarthy caught out somewhat. Hulbert almost broke clear in on goal, but Alaric read it well. Corner again then. Barry seemed to have a tactic tonight of just putting as many bodies as they can under the crossbar. It's a slightly deeper one. Greg underneath it. It's another goal. Greg Walters beaten at the back post, was headed in towards the 6-yard area. And again, his first contact, I think it's Ian Owen, who's just the shortest man on the pitch. Jumps highest, I think. Is it Owen? Just seemed to come and just jump out of nowhere, nodded into the back of the net. No, it's Ben Marketon who's got the final touch according to the PA system here. But I think it was Sainty who beat Walters. Good tussle, to be fair, at the back post. Headed back in towards goal. 2-0. And it's Robbie Wilmot yet again, whose right-footed delivery has just put it into a dangerous area. I think Barry certainly targeting the goal-mouth area of Luke Rees tonight. There's hardly anybody in the edge of the box area, surrounding areas. They are all literally in and around the goalie, and Wilmot's just put it on a sixpence for his players to attack. Walters trying to get a hold of the ball here is fouled on the halfway line. Plenty of time indeed, Allison, but 23 minutes gone here. We trail 2-0. Abruzzese waits for his front line to be ready. Flips one in to the edge of the box. Armand's underneath it. Wins it down to Alaric Jones. Outside the box. Drills one. It's defended well by Barry. Ricky Watts coming across. Beats Hulbert. Hulbert kicks it out for a throw-in. Interesting that the mascot's not so quick to pass the ball to the away team. Hawkins. Back to Watts. Back to Rees. Yaya Noen, as I said earlier, and Hulbert, very lively front two. They've not stopped running for the first 25 minutes here. They're hunting down our defenders when they've got possession of the ball, but Bluebirds come out to the defensive third well. Abu, ball in hand, throw in on the far side. Back to Alaric Jones, who probably took the first effort on goal, really of note. Owain had one early on over the crossbar, but that one defended well. Cubs to nothing. Ball play forward to Kenneford inside the centre circle. I think Kenneford, the type of play we really need to be getting more involved tonight. It's been quiet from him so far, and he's looked impressive in recent weeks. Great ball down the. Oh, it's just gone out for a goal kick. Unlucky Abu. Zipping across the surface on this very mild evening in Barry. Fascinating to see that we have gone up as high as 22-1 now to come out on top this evening. The draw is 10-1, and Barry Town are now 1-20 on for the win. They currently lead 2-0 here, so understandable. But I do hope we can really get back into this one, at least before half time. Great to get back to just one behind before the break. Ball back in play. Bit of a chesty cough coming through from me this evening. Apologies. Alaric playing it forward to force it. Touch from Arman. It's a little bit heavy. Just runs out for a goal kick again. Again, Barry comfortable with the 2-goal lead here and not in any rush to get us back underway. As so often I talk about, that's going to be par for the course, I think, this evening. Still not back in play. Ratcliffe finally makes his approach to the ball in goal. Good kick from the keeper. Very much travelled goalie. Been at a number of clubs in the last few years. I think he is back at Barry for his second spell, and he's proving popular and successful for the Linnets, as they know. Very good goalie. Spent time in North Wales. Most notably when Pontypridd United were in the Cymru Premier. And a lot to say about keeping them up. Well, trying to keep them up. I think in the end they did go down due to the points deduction more than anything. Alaric Jones is going to pick up the first card of the night tonight. Callum Sainty, the captain, goes after Alaric. Doesn't get a caution. Yeah, you know, when he's back on his feet. Alaric I did panic for a second then. The referee was very quick to choose a card though. I think frustrations just need to be kept to a minimum. He started well, Alric, to be fair. Going to be at the end of a yellow card there though. Yeah, you know, him back on his feet. Sainty spoken to by the ref. Even though he raised his hands to Alaric there, nothing given. Seen that this week, obviously, with the Everton Man United game. Arman wins defensively. Back to Greg Walters inside the box. Hawkins has to clear on his left foot. Wilmot underneath it on the halfway line. Heads clear. Arman and Richards compete. Richards clips it over. Cuddy and Hawkins compete for it right near our corner flag. Clears. Good pass. Walters to Hawkins. Forward. Oh, unlucky Kyle Kenneford. Tries slotting Arman through there on the counter attack. But Sainty's the man who comes across and reads it well. He plays it out to Richards. He's been pretty quiet from his standards. He's normally pretty lively for Barry. So long may that continue, keeping him quiet. Margaton. Over on the right-hand side. Good block by Abu. Inside. Oh, the bounce again. Just beats Kenneford. He clips it forward. Ian Owens beat the offside trap. Round the back. Crosses into a good area. I think that's deflected and out for a corner. Good evening, Ollie. Indeed, they are both coaches. So Ben Margaton and Dan Hawkins coach for the Swansea Academy. Coming against each other tonight. Margaton's side. And Margaton would be happy. Certainly picking up a goal for himself. Corner then. I think it's Ian. No, it is Wilmot who's gone over. So right-footed from the right-hand side. It's going to be an outswinger. Still, yet all the Barry players right in the goalmouth area. Clipped into an area. First header is by Richards. Great save by Luke Rees. Back out to Wilmot. Back into an area. Sainty heads. Hits the post and wide. Barry getting their heads onto absolutely everything first. It says shot off target on the graphic, but it certainly was flying into the top corner until it clipped the post and went wide. Barry winning every aerial battle inside our own 6-yard box currently. I said it very early on tonight. Barry are an aerial threat, and they're certainly playing on it. Right under Luke Rees's nose, that one, putting him under a lot of pressure. Abu skips forward, ex-Barry Town player, out to Hawkins. Chance on the right-hand side of the box. Left-footed, drills it into an area. Kenneford, appeals for a handball. Nothing given. Cleared by Barry. Dylan Rees headed inside to Watts. Well done, Ricky Watts. Heads back to Alaric. It's the right option and the pressure there. Alaric. Time on the ball inside the centre circle. Comes right horizontally to Dylan Rees. Back to Alaric. As I said, we need to strike back. Could have been 3 there. Probably should have. It was surprising how much space Callum Sainty had, and he made good connection with the ball, but missed the target then, I suppose, as the graphic said. Well played, Dylan Rees. Just strikes one forward to Ben Fawcett, to Dan Hawkins, but Ian Owen puts a great shift in all the way back there. Finds his centre half, Preston Davis. Ian Owen, the former Lido man, just skips past Dan Hawkins. Puts a great ball forward for Cuddy. Cuddy on the left-hand side, puts into a good area. Cleared. Well, McCarthy, Ricky Watts on the edge of the box. Back to Rees. Nervy, he's under pressure, but Rees calmly plays it out to Abu over on the far side. Barry Town fans over on the far side in full voice. Alaric Jones on the edge of the box. Back to Abu, back to Luke Rees. He's just looking to take the sting out of this one a little bit. Luke Rees clips him forward, but there's 2 Barry men around Dylan Rees. I don't think he was the right option there. But Dylan won the header anyway, but the header went straight to a Barry player, who again come forward. Their tails are really up here. Wilmot into Ian Owen. Extremely lively all evening so far. Great McCarthy. His toes keep that one from being a shot on target. I think Halbert was waiting to pounce. Good ball. Abu switches play to Dallin Reese. Plays it forward to Hawkins. Good defensive work by Barry, but Hawkins skips inside. Out to Ben Harmon on the far left-hand side. Back to Walters. Chance to shoot. High and wide. Jeered by the home side, unfortunately. Leaning back from the off there, I think, Craig. Was trying to get a bit of power on it. Looking around the grounds tonight, there's a couple of fixtures going on at the same time here. It's still 0-0 up at TNS. They host Carnarvon tonight, who are obviously missing quite a few of their TNS loanees from the squad. Hollywell trailing at home to Llandudno in Cymru North. Cymar then have taken the lead at home to Caira Ely. Liam Thomas, I think Carmarthen Town Hall of Famer, has opened the score in there. Pontypridd United, Thomas Bluebirds tonight. That's an interesting one, considering the number of Thomas players who headed to Pontypridd in the summer. It's 1-1 there at half-time. And Ammanford taking a 2-0 lead into half-time. It's a Matthew Delaney of Goodwick. He's taken the first goal after just 2 minutes, and I'm sure a name everyone will recognise, Dan John. He's got the second one at Ammanford this evening. McCarthy is going to be the next man in the book for the Bluebirds. Halfway line tackle deemed worthy of a caution. Margareton out to Wilmot. Yeah, and puts her in a really dangerous area. McCarthy gets his head to it, but Albert was lurking. Abu, Watsy, and McCarthy link to force it. Back to Abu. Can't quite just get out of our own defensive third. And when it does, the Giants at the back of Barry, all three of them, they're first to it. Fawcett does well. Well done, Ricky Watts. Gets his foot on the ball, dragged back, and switches play to Dylan Reese, who's given a chance to come forward. Arman is free on the far left-hand side. Dylan opts for Hawkins on this right-hand side. He skips inside again. Dylan's got to go backwards. Arman was in a lot of space over on the far left-hand side there. Couldn't quite find the pass, the skipper. Ricky Watts now 35 yards out. Almost breaks through. But Dan Hawkins doesn't get the ball. Aston Davis reads that all too well. Skips past Hawkins. Watts to Alaric Jones. Kyle McCarthy back to Alaric. Looking after it at the back there. All too often this season, we've been the late show. It's a free kick on the halfway line. Greg Walters wins it off Yayano in there. Clear pull back of the shirt. Left not so quick to go into the bookings there. Barry have 2 men down, 3 men down. Yayano in down. I think he's just tying his lace. Wilmot is the man receiving treatment. And Ollie Hulbert inside the centre circle also, I think, just tying his shoelace. Fascinating this, because with 2 players down, none of the 3 will have to go off. Even though Wilmot's receiving treatment, I believe the ruling is that if 2 players go down, then neither player has to leave the field to play. And I do wonder, the way Albert and Yayano went down, that was a Jose Mourinho-esque tactic. I do wonder, because it's remarkable that 2 players have gone down to take a boot off to tie a shoelace, as Wilmot's gone down to receive treatment. However, could be wrong. It's going to be a substitution anyway. Wilmot is coming off. He's pretty much had 2 assists. Will this be the point of the game that Barry left the room? But Wilmot, the number 7, the deadly right foot from set pieces, is making way right in front of us here on the halfway line. And he's done for the night. Number 23 is coming on, and that will be Daniel Barton from Cardiff Met, I believe. Hawkins then on the halfway line, clips one onto the edge of the box. No one really there. Greg trying to compete, but Barry win it too easily for me. Watts over on the far side takes a quick throw in. Down to Greg, down the line. Barry again, just too easily get it back, I'm afraid. But we do well to pinch it back off them. Hot potato here. Dylan Reese has got options to his right. Goes forward, does indeed opt for Hawkins on this right-hand side. Rain is coming down here now in Barry, which I believe is in for the night now, making things all too difficult. A couple of missed touches with a wet ball. Barry, Halbert runs through Abu, nothing given. Halbert comes away with it, crosses the halfway line. Margerton, Keston Davis, a little bit too much time for the front line there. Well done, Abu. Well done, Abu. Through. Oh, almost pinched his back. Referee gives a free kick to Barry there. Seriously considering changing my seat in the second half, gents. Got Haverfordwest County media team either side of me this evening, and very vocal Barry Town United supporters club, should we say, behind me, who incredibly frustrating and infuriating. I suppose they've got a right to a 2-0 up. But I will be changing my seat, I think. I can't put up with this for 90 minutes. I do wonder what UEFA qualifications they've got. Tackle, Dan Hawkins. Keston Davis. 60-yard ball up in the air and out for a throw-in. Hawkins then with the throw-in. As I said, the rain has started coming down here. Ricky tries a little flick there. Doesn't quite come off. Barry come again. Elliot Richards out. Oh, well done. I think that's Greg Walters who... Oh. Wow, Will Richards through Fawcett. Nothing given. Wow. Well done, ref, says the Barry fans. Incredible. Incredible. Will Richards, rugby tackles, Ben Fawcett. Nothing given. It's a corner to Barry over on the far side. Wilmot off the pitch. He's so far away. The rain is coming down. I can't even see. It's a left foot. I think it's Cuddy who's over on the far side to cross this one in. Referee is finally coming to have a word with the players surrounding Luke Reese. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow shirts within 2 meters of our goalie. Left-footed cross. I can only imagine. Oh, it's not as good a cross. It's deep, but won well by Dylan Reese, who passes it forward to Fawcett. Down the line, almost beats Albert. Hawkins on the touchline again with the ball in hand. Chance to get us further up the pitch here. Dylan Reese, good head, Fawcett, but not quite won the second ball there, Arman. Barry again win the second balls in the midfield. Out to Margerton, breaks down the right-hand side, pumps it forward. In great first touch, to be fair. Over on that far side. Chance to cross. Abu's done well to keep him in there. Corner one. Yeah, it's Cuddy, 17, who's heading over there. A left footer on the ball there. You can see Wilmot in the dugout, still receiving treatment, it seems. He's been influential for Barry throughout this season and much of last as well. Sure, they'll be looking to get him back on the pitch as quickly as they can. But Cuddy again, Tell what he's aiming for. A better one from him, I'm sure, this time. Much better area. Good punch by Luke Reese. Comes to collect that one. He's underneath Sainty in the box there. That's not something. Hawkins. Decision against him there. It's Dan Barton who's won the free kick on the halfway line right in front of us. Just a coming together. Ryan Kenny deemed it as a foul. No, it's Richard, sorry, 8, who's coming to get it. Here we go again. Ratcliffe, well outside his box, inside the centre circle, punches it forward again. Barry first to it. Walters gets the second ball forward to Arman. Foul given on Arman on the edge of the box. Chance for us to get forward again. Luke Reese is coming across to get this one. Ball right on the edge of the box, over on the far side, right in front of the travelling Bluebirds faithful. See many of the like casuals and the Supporters Association over there. Great to see that they've made the journey. Safe journey home, gents and ladies. Good head, Kyle McCarthy. I think he's come off second best there. He stayed down after winning a fantastic header. And he's getting back to his thing. I think won the header and then caught a bit of a knock. Gingerly getting back to his feet. No need for medical attention. Throw in to Barry. 44 gone. We await Ben Williams on the far side with a chance to put up the numbers that would be a couple. There haven't been too many stoppages. Only Wilmot and Owen Jones's stoppages, really. So I'm going to predict with 4. And I, to be honest, sooner the better to get the guys in front of Gary Richards and Tony Pennock for a bit of a briefing and a regrouping, because it's going to be one of those uphill battles in the second half, which we've done this season. Still believe it's a tale of that we've written before. 2 goals behind away at Connors Quay comes to mind. Coming back and drawing 3-3. Let's hope for a second half performance like that one, rather than perhaps the Colwyn Bay, which was a better one in the second half, but it certainly didn't get us any goals. It's going to be 3 minutes more of the first half to come here. Here we go. Barry with it though, coming into our half. Clip forward towards Ian Owen, who's high foot again towards Alaric's head. But Greg Walters does well with it. Back to Ricky Watts. Good football. Oh, it doesn't quite come off. Intricate, but in our own final third. Puts us under a bit of pressure here. Margerton with it. Pushes it forward to the right-hand side. Left-footed Cuddy over there now. Does well. Abu does well. Sees it out for a throw-in. Almost 300 of you joining us. Unfortunately, no Bluebirds goals to tell you about just yet. We'll shortly have a break for the halftime interval and then return with plenty of Bluebirds goals. Yeah, let's be as optimistic as we can. Barry again, attack on that right hand side. Abu's having a tough night back here at Jenner Park, but does well again there. Punches it forward. I think just slightly takes it with the wind. You can see the rain swirling in. Certainly picked up in this last 20 minutes. Barry in no rush to take it. They just want to see out the half. They'll want to regroup, come out and keep a clean sheet if they can. Again, another throw-in for Barry. Just a matter of time now before referee Ryan Kenny puts a whistle to his mouth. Still in play. I think the boys thought it was going out there. Yeah, you know, and kept it in. Albert square. Richards is on the edge of the box. He's got half a chance here. Left-footed. Low. Luke Reese comes across as well. In possession. think that will be almost the last chance for Barry. Can we drum up a chance on the other side of the ground? It was the late show a couple of years ago. I remember with former Vice Chair Julian Fern, who was on co-coms that night. We were 2-0 down until the 88th minute, and it was a Ricky Watts brace that brought us back to 2-2 that night. We went home with a point that very much felt like a win. I wonder if tonight going to be something as dramatic. A point from this position would be excellent. Now it feels anything back to Pembrokeshire with now would be a bonus, because Barry have been clinical when given half a chance, and now Hulbert, with half a chance, has pinched Ricky Watts' possession. He's heading almost for the corner flag there. I'm surprised, because he had half a chance to go, but he's cut inside. Dylan Rees does well to. Yeah, there's the half-time whistle. Probably thankfully there, Tony Pennock and Gary Richards. Big job on their hands to get the boys regrouped and out. Need to go up a gear or two, I think, in the second half. But we will return in a short while. Hopefully, like I said, can bring you news of Bluebirds goals and lots more positive action for the boys in white this evening. Thanks for joining us for the first half. We will see you very, very soon. Noswaith croeso, good evening, welcome back, croeso nôl, I should say, to Jenna Park for matchday 17 of the JD Cymru Premier. Tough first half upon reflection, really. Couldn't quite get going. And Barry, clinical in the efforts that he did have on goal. We are almost underway here. Players are back out. It's still teaming down here. Rain coming down from left to right. Bluebirds playing right to left in the second half. People are beginning to shuffle back from the front rows of Jenna Park in both stands. Referee Ryan Kenny will soon get us back underway. Doesn't look like there's going to be any changes for either side. So as we are, Bluebirds forced into that 18th minute change. Owen Jones and Ben Fawcett. Ben Fawcett coming on for Owen Jones, who picked up a bit of a niggle. And Barry, the two assist pretty much. Second specialist of Robbie Wilmot, the man who disappeared through injury. Barry come forward already. Chance on the edge of the box for Ian Owen. Looks up, goes left, out on the left-hand side. Header won by Alaric Jones. Not the ideal start here with Barry on the front foot, but I'm sure Tony Pennock and Gary Richards would have had their say, and the Bluebirds would come out swinging in the second half. Let's hope so anyway. Everything to play for here now. Good forward, Will Richards at the back for Barry. Chests it down and plays it out. Albert a little bit deeper. Good opportunity. Barnard on his right hand side. Albert right on the goal line. Doesn't manage to get all of it through the long jump area of this athletic stadium. Goal kick. Here we go. Again then, Luke Rees with ball in hand. It's going to be a goal kick. He's gone very centralised with his goal kick here in this second half. Hopefully, like I said at the end of the first, I can bring you news of a goal back in this one. And I wonder if Barry would be well aware of what we've done in the past in the second half. So I'm sure they won't want to concede one, let alone any more. Momentum, I'm sure, will swing. Inward header from McCarthy, dealt with well by Dylan Rees in the end. Owen almost had a chance. But Dylan's slow to get rid of the ball and puts it out for a throw-in. Number of Bluebirds subs having a bit of a stretch of there. Makwiremiti being one of those. Cuddy on the far left-hand side with the ball in hand. Throw in inward to Ian Owen. Did not stop running in that first half. Good ball. Back to Ian Owen. Good tackle. McCarthy, who's on a yellow, needs to be careful. Greg to Kenneford. Oh, almost beats the Barry backline there. Barry got such a high line here in the second half. Fawcett's pace and Armand's pace will potentially cause them problems if we can get the right pass across. Ian Owen into... miscontrolled his chance right on the edge of the 6-yard box. McCarthy did enough to put him off. Kenneford, Walters, back to McCarthy, Abruzzese. Clips one forward to Fawcett. Barry come forward with Margareton. Inside, Albert. So key to everything Barry did in the first half, Albert. On the break. He's a powerful player, yet so quick and agile, very creative. And with the endeavours of Ian Owen running everywhere, it looked a constant threat. But it was two corners that proved costly for us. Barry now beginning to make a few mistakes of their own. Abu cuts inside, going sideways to begin with. He's looking up, ball forward, over on the far right-hand side to Dylan Rees. Misplaces a pass, has to go back to his keeper. Luke, no messing, first time, goes big. Fawcett underneath it. The Giants, as I said, that was a brave one. Richards did just enough to poke that one away, but I think he's hurt himself in the process. Overstretching. He's back up and stumbles away. Back underway. Far better tempo from the Bluebirds here. Come on, the boys. McCarthy, Alaric Jones, Dylan Rees, the back three. Hawkins on the right-hand side, Abruzzese on the left-hand side of the defence when we're not in possession, and certainly wing-backs when we've got it. Midfield three tonight, Kenneford, Watts and Walters. And then we've got now, anyway, Big Ben, Little Ben combo. Fawcett and Arman up top in our, I say 3-5-2, 5-3-2 formation that we so often adopt. And it's pretty much like for Barry. Caddy and Barnard, the wing backs. They've got Margareton, Keston Davis and Will Richards at the back for them. And then Callum St. D, Elliot Richards and Barton, the midfield three for Barry. Albert and Yaya in their front two. Similar models being deployed, but it was two set pieces, like I said, that have given us goals tonight. Dylan Rees plays a long ball forward. Richards has to compete with it. Slight distractions of three police cars going up the far side of the ground. Oh, just ricochets off Hawkins, out for a throw-in. John Smith, the FAW photographer in front of me, umbrella up. He's getting absolutely soaked. He's got all his equipment sort of undercover, but he will be dripping wet come 95 minutes this evening. Another Barry throw-in over on the far side. The drum, potentially, you can hear in the background. Barry spirits up. They'll be looking for more to seal the 3 points. And the referee is speaking. Oh, it's Cuddy, I think, on the far left-hand side, who's picked up a booking there. Yeah, number 17, I think it is Owen Cuddy, for no apparent reason. It's a Barry throw-in. I'm assuming descent or something. Barry still have possession of the ball. 51 minutes played. Barry still on the attack, down that left-hand side. It's deep into an area. Oh, massive chance. Yaya Owen fires it wide. They're still creating a lot, to be fair, the home side. Swing and a miss there. Put too much power. Probably could have taken a little bit of power off and placed it into the far corner. If you're being picky, his performance, to be fair, as I keep saying, deserves himself something out of his efforts. Covered every blade of grass at the minute. The prolific frontman. Walters does, just not falling for us at the minute. Ricochets. Throw in. Barnard back to Margareton. Clips one forward. McCarthy deals with it well. Richards is underneath it at the back for Barry. Heads it 50 yards. Kenneford and Sainty. Mismatch in height, but Kenneford does well to compete with the big man. Captain of Barry. Stalwart of Barry, to be fair. Been here for many years. On himself a throw-in for his team. Barnard, the replacement tonight for the usual right wing back, Mikey George, who himself has Pembrokeshire roots. Barnard gets us back underway eventually. Ball's going to be going out for a goal kick. Alaric Jones sees it out. Alaric himself on a yellow. And we picked one up in the first half. But Barry were probably appealing for more. Certainly members of the crowd near me were appealing for more, but referee deemed it a yellow. Alaric didn't seem fazed when he got back up for a minute. Certainly appeals. Well, saying that, Barry supporters near us in the first half appealing for absolutely everything. Highly infuriating. Rees from his goal line yet again, clears on the head of Fawcett, flicks it forward for Armand, does well. Fawcett doesn't quite pick up on the second ball. Half a pass back. Armand's shirt pulled, not enough for the referee to deem that last man. Ratcliffe in goal, clears, plays it forward. It's over Dylan Rees's head. Good head. Dan Hawkins though. Time Kyle McCarthy to bring it down. Does well onto his left foot. Trusted left foot. Chance to come forward. Plays it to Abruzzese. We need to get boys like Abu on the ball, I think, in the second half and down the widths. Walters switches play to Rees on the right-hand side. Hawkins will do the same on the other side. Fawcett's in and behind Keston Davis. Makes him play. Keston Davis does well. Shields the challenge and clears, but only as far as Alaric on the halfway line. Good first touch And a sideways pass from him. Time for Abu to step forward. Him and McCarthy switch momentarily. They do link up themselves. And then back to Walters inside the centre circle. Gets his head up. Got numbers moving forward, to be fair. Switches it. Drills it out to Hawkins. Good first touch from Hawkins. Squares up Cuddy. Cuts inside Cuddy. Comes in field. Left-footed. Hawkins. Oh, it almost breaks for Kennerford in the box. Barry take a touch. Probably could have let it go for a goal kick, but they clear anyway. Much better here. Come on, boys. Let's get one. I'm going to say it now. If we get one early, we get two. Pennock's not waiting for that to happen. He's shifting his pack. Shuffling his pack even. Oh, Greg Walters, his little chip forward nearly finds Fawcett. Abu picks up the second ball. Crosses. Deflected anyway. Unlucky. Goal kick. Arman did get a toe to it, but it's gone out. They said, Pennock shuffling the pack here. Makwiramiti. And I think it's Yori. Yeah, it's Ricky Watts coming on for Yori Humphreys. Certainly not waiting too long here. So Yori Humphreys coming into the play. Ricky Watts going off. And it's number 19, Kyle Kennerford, who makes way with Panache Makwiramiti coming on. Tricky night for Kyle. Like I said, he's done really well in recent weeks, but nullified almost somewhat tonight by his opposite number. Makwiramiti be looking to come on and show us what he's been showing us since he joined in the summer. Combative for a relatively small stature. Enjoys a good tussle, does Panache. Pan, as the boys have taken to calling him. Bright orange boots. Certainly stands out. He'll come up against Barton, I think, in the middle of midfield. Trying to see how things have shuffled here. It's Dan Hawkins who's gone to a number 10 position. Walters and Panache will opt for the two anchoring midfielders. And Yori Humphreys who's gone over on the far right-hand side. So Yori, right wing back. Abu, the left wing back. Finally, Ratcliffe encouraged to get the ball back in play. Does indeed go long with the wind. It's huge. First header won by Hulbert. McCarthy has to clear on his left foot. And again, headed back to him. Has to clear again. Arman pushed in the back. Nothing given. The little ones like that. It just threw him off his stride there. Clip forward. McCarthy underneath it. Heads inward to Alaric Jones. Well played, Kyle McCarthy. Alaric's left-footed into the wind. It's just swirling around and goes out for a throw-in. Substitution coming for Barry now. I think they're going to make a two-man sub themselves. Barnard on the right-hand side. Referee waves play on. Substitutes not ready. Here we go again. Well played, Panache. Stops Barnard. Yeah, but the ball boy who couldn't wait to get the ball on in the first 20 minutes of tonight's game is now far more reluctant to go and chase those balls everywhere. Daniel Smith coming on for Barton, I think it was the change. Just the one change. Daniel Smith, who's gone into a pretty attacking role. Alaric's coming across as well to beat him to the ball, but only as far back as Elliot Richards, who clips one forward. Barnard doesn't quite get to it. Hits the corner flag. McCarthy comes away, but the referee has given a free kick to McCarthy. So often we get penalised. Ball, to be fair, was right by the corner flag. Abu tried to gain a number of yards. The home crowd incensed by it. It's nowhere near the foul was given, but so often it goes against us. It's nice to see us having a little bit of luck, should we say, from those decisions. Panache on the end of it. Back to Abu. Clip forward. Force it underneath it. It's manhandled again by Richards. Walters picks it. Does well. Has to go back all the way to his goalie, who's in a penalty box, which is beginning. It looks like there's almost puddles appearing. There's that much rain coming down here on this artificial pitch. Alaric punches one forward. Hawkins on the half turn. Clips one forward. It's not quite going to be the right ball for Yori to get on the end of. Throw in Barry. Cuddy, the left wing back, finally gets his back underway. Ball in play. Good header, Dylan Rees. Puts it back towards the Barry backline. They pump it clear. Alaric Jones, McCarthy, everyone clashing in the air there. Dylan Rees, McCarthy. Free kick, Barry. It was so much a 50-50 that. Home advantage, should we say. The referee this time not taking any chances, getting out his shaving foam, giving us a 10-yard wall there. Makawiramiti, one-man wall, just looking to block that inside post effort. Left-footed, Cuddy puts it into an area. It's cleared just, it was ricocheted, foul on Ben Arman. Will Richards lay through the striker. Those two have been tussling all evening, it seems. Arman not happy that the referee hasn't gone to the pocket on that one, I think. Back underway. Rees all the way out to his namesake, Dylan Rees. Travels forward. Yeah, you know, and again, puts a shift in to come and stop any further advancing. Hawkins clips one. Yori Humphreys coming across. Richards puts it out for a throw in. Come on, the boys. Pennock encouraging his men forward. Alaric Jones head into the penalty area. Greg Walters is coming across to take a long throw in here. He's got a 7 or 8 lane running track as a run up. He's certainly using the majority of it over on the far side. Here it comes into the penalty box. It's a very wide pitch. That's corner. Corner given. I think it was a Callum Sainty head there towards his own goal. Did cross the line, even though it was Ratcliffe who caught it, but beyond the line, it seems. Owain Jones just joining us here in the stand. Doesn't look to be in too much discomfort, but certainly will be disappointed to have had to post off. Short corner. Abruzzese to force it. Left-footed crosses. It's deep. It's two. There's a free kick given against Greg Walters in the box. Margareton not happy with Walters. Oh, he's moving away. Referee's going to try and get hold of this one, I think. Walters and Margareton being called back to the ref. Handbags, I'll say. No, it's Keston Davis, it is. Unhappy with something. Shock. Ratcliffe, for a change, is ready to go here. Referee is calling him on. Come on, boys. Here we go again. Referee's blown. Still nothing. Goes short, interestingly, out to Margareton on this near touchline. Abruzzese closes him down. Goes high. Good head, Alaric. Second ball won by Barry in the middle. Good feet by Dylan Rees. Plays forward to Abu. Come on, boys, break. Good defending by Barnard, who comes back to stop Abu advancing any further. McCarthy across to Alaric Jones. Plenty of time for him to get his head up. Yori Humphreys on the far side is almost option number 1, but goes to Hawkins. Back inside to Dylan Rees. Has to go back to his keeper. He's got Abu over here on this left-hand side. I'm going to try and preempt the fact that we're going to score in a couple of minutes. We need something. Inside to Arman. Chance to turn. Passes to Hawkins. Back to Makawiramiti. Good. Positive play. I'd like to think that Barry now, with 5 men at the back. Oh, almost half chance. Yori Humphreys, of all people, over on the far side. He manages to get a ball quickly and get us back in play. Alaric on the halfway line. Gets his head up. He's got Arman to aim at the back post. Clips one forward. Again, the aerial battle's being won by Barry in the front thing. Cross into an area. Arman heads. Oh, Chance. Abu at the back post. He's too far out. Does strike it. Deflected. Oh! Offside anyway, I think. It's Arman who's offside. Under the crossbar. Pokes a toe at it. And it goes up and over the bar anyway. Probably the biggest chance of the night that. He was offside anyway. Hopefully he's saving a shot that it's the back of the net for one that's onside. Good effort. Hawkins cross from the right-hand side. Arman almost won his header, but Ratcliffe's punch right to the edge of the penalty area where Abu didn't quite have a chance to hit it first time. Take control, drilled one in, and then it was Arman's toe that put it over the bar. Says a lot about our luck tonight. The fact that that's probably our biggest chance. But it's promising, it's better, and there's still plenty of time to go here. Still 25 minutes, and tails are up here now, I hope. Encouragement still coming in from Tony Pannock. Dullan has to head home, does indeed head home. He's offside anyway. Bluebirds want to play on, but Dullan has to stop it. Pass to his keeper. We're back underway. So much better already here in the last couple of minutes. I'm taking the credit. I said we were going to score, so hopefully it comes true. Superstitions and all that. Premonition, sorry, I should say. Hawkins inside his own half. Back to Alaric. Clips one forward into Dylan Rees. Does well to control that there. Wins a throw-in. Down the right-hand side. Dylan Rees inside to Ben Fawcett. Boys throwing numbers certainly now. Dylan Rees does well. Clips it inside. Hawkins. Oh. Fawcett, I think it was. No, it's Yori. Stepped over it thinking there was someone in a better position, but there wasn't. Now Ian Owens paces in and behind. Round the back. Chance to shoot. Great block, Kyle McCarthy. Excellent defending, Kyle, to cover around the back of Alaric there, who, to be fair, he's been run around by the lively Ian Owen this evening. The pace of the number 9 just got in and behind, but McCarthy, covering his fellow centre-half, does well to block it and out for a corner. It would have been a tight angle. I'd like to think Luke Rees, he had a good angle on it. Would have had enough to get behind it, but don't need to be on the receiving end of any more goals here tonight. Corner then. See, Ian Owen actually, I think, gone across the tickets as every single Barry player again surrounds the goalie. Chips it into an area. It's a free header again. That's gone over the bar. Barry appealing for a corner again, but I think it was Sainty's header who had the last touch. High and wide. Pannock still giving the commands of encouragement over on the far side, to be fair. Again, the clearances from the Bluebirds are looking to go big, and it's just getting eaten up by the Giants at the back of Barry. They need to get in and behind the wingmen, the Yoris, the Abus, the Dan Hawkins, even the Fawcetts. We need to play them down the flanks, I think. In and behind the big men at the back. Throw in then. Dylan Rees to McCarthy. He's got Abu on his left. Greg makes the forward run. Fawcett's coming short. It's out to Abu he goes. Right on the touchline here in front of us. Skips past 1. Skips past 2. Goes back the way he came. Back to McCarthy. Making Barnard earn his crust this evening is Abu in the second half. Alaric back to McCarthy. Abu and Fawcett on his inside. To Walters inside the centre circle. Good run forward by Yori Humphreys. Go on, Yori. Oh, good tackle by Cuddy. Yori had half a chance on the edge of the box there. Good, Alaric Jones. Very well read. Comes away with it. Nudges it out to Fawcett, who's dropped a little bit deeper. Comes to collect it. Making a step forward. Sliding tackle comes flying in from Cuddy, who's on a yellow. He's then slapped the ball away. Just looking to wind up the Haverfordwest bench there, I think. Needs to be careful. The home left back. Yori's throw back to Alaric Jones on the halfway line. Out to McCarthy. Switching play here well. Abu in front of us. He's got numbers going forward. He's got Makri Ramiti inside, but he does well again to skip past Barnard. Looking, he's got numbers outside. Great. Oh, it's a great ball out to the left foot. Out to Yori on the right hand side. Yori tries to beat Cuddy. Gets the throw in. Good early throw, Yori to force it on the byline. Again wins another throw in. Not hanging about now. Just over 20 minutes of normal time. Greg's coming across to take this one. Had a good chat with Jack Wilson recently, and we've missed those long throws. Looking forward to the day we see Willie back in play. Walters, though, gets us in. Headed by Alaric Jones. His two hands in his back. Alaric clearly pushed it in the box. So much so the ball went over his head. But then as he goes down, he tries to keep his balance and pulls the player down with him. Referee quick to give a free kick to Barry. Let's have a look around the grounds this evening. There's a number of games going on in the Cymru South and the Cymru North. One up in the Cymru North. It's still 1-0 to Llandudno away at Holywell with 20 to play there. Carmarthen are down to 10 and currently hold Caerry Ely at home 1-1. Noah Osborne, the man sent off for Carmarthen. Pontypridd lead with just a couple of minutes to play, 2-1. And Ammanford away at Baglan extended their lead 3-0 there. And Ammanford, I think, now up to third in the promotion spots. Will they get a licence? TNS currently being held 0-0 at home to Caernarfon. Yeah, bumpy few weeks for Craig Harrison's men up at Park Hall. Connor Roberts has just been booked playing against his former side. I do wonder, I'm sure that was a bit of time wasted, I'm sure, in the 73rd minute. But 77 played there up in Park Hall, still 0-0. Can Caernarfon pinch a point or at least something else? Question on Facebook from Alison. What are the conditions like? How are we playing in these conditions? It's still coming down pretty heavily. Probably not as much as it is in the west this evening, but it's still raining. A lot of umbrellas pitch side. Running track, extremely wet conditions. And it's going to be a corner over on the far side. I think it's the Ian Owen who's gone across to take it. So often a fox in the box is taken out of the equation here because they're just putting it under Luke Reese's crossbar. So again, Arman this time wins a header. Forsey pushed in the back, nothing. Alaric Jones clears. Headed back in by Keston Davis. Appeals for offside, not given. Makwa Ramiti does excellently. Abruzzese, Keston Davis through the back of him. He's held back to his feet, to be fair, but Gary Richards, Tony Pennock encouraging their players to get on the ball. Let's get going forward. Dylan Rees, head up. Arrows one forward. I think it's going to go out for a throw-in on the far side. Haverfordwest throw on the halfway line. Well done, Dylan Rees. Here we go again. Oh, they lose it. The throw goes in. Heavy touch. Loses his possession already. Good trickery there from Ian Owen. He comes away with it. Plays it forward. Well done. Oh, and again, he spun him round the back. Richards over on the left-hand side. Drills one across. Cuts it back. Challenge. Oh, cleared pretty much off the line there by Alaric Jones. Arman comes across to collect. He's nutmegged Dan Barton. And Hawkins has two. Well done, Arman. Oh, linesman says it's just crossed the line. Great work. Arman forced Hawkins there. Futsal-esque. Nutmegged two players within 3 seconds there. I think it was the same player too. Barton. Barnard with it for now, though. Plays it short to Barton. Makwa Ramiti this time, his turn to get nutmegged. He goes back to Richards. Arman's putting a shift in to go and track it down. But Ratcliffe takes no chances. 60 yards forward. And it's a foul straight away on McCarthy. It's a substitute there for Barry, whose name was Daniel Smith. Clear foul given by Harry Hendricks here on this near side, the assistant referee. Ball out to Yori Humphreys on the far side. Ricochets for a Haverfordwest throw-in right in front of Tony Pennock on the bench. Humphreys head up straight away, looking to get us back underway. He's gained about 10 yards there. Fair play. Inside to Hawkins. Switches it right across the pitch to Abu. Numbers need to go forward here. It's a good chance here. Abruzzese clips one in. Headed. Not enough. From Fawcett's forehead. to test the goalie, and it goes wide of the far post. Deep breaths as we approach the 75th minute. There's still time. We've done it before. I'm still believing we can get something out of this game. It's going to take something special. Still believe. I think I'd celebrate like we win a cup final if we get anything out of this. The amount of noise coming from those in attendance behind me this evening. There's some interesting views. Albert with it. Margetson near his touchline. Gets his head up. Clips one forward. Oh, it's a goal. Too easy. Ball played into the box. Ian Owen with the first contact. Beats Luke Reese. It's a goal. That's 3-0. Too easy that. Party celebrate. 15 to go here. I still believe. Just wanted that a little bit more there, the front man. Got on the end of it. And it beats Luke Reese into the far post. Said earlier on, he's put a great shift in. He probably deserves to be on the score sheet. They're going to be victors tonight. It's been impressive. Celebrates with the fans who sing his name here. Three 0 Barry. Makwiramiti plays forward to Walters. He's dispossessed with it immediately. Barry come forward again. Ian Owen onside, miscontrols it. That was a chance. The referee is given a penalty. A penalty. The only thing I'd say debatable about that is where it was. Ryan Kenny didn't hesitate to give it. Seconds after the kickoff. Walters dispossessed. Barry broke. Ian Owen miscontrolled it. It ran past him as McCarthy went to clear it. A collision. Penalty given. I think it's Hulbert. Right foot there. Going to take a chance to beat former teammate Luke Reese for 4 scores. Four 0 here at Janner Park. The penalty spot. The 22. Home fans enjoying their night. Away fans not so much. Straight in on that. Probably 30 seconds after the ball's in the back of the net. It's in the back of the net again. And that now probably does kill the belief that I'd once had of a comeback. It's probably handball as well. Ball fired into Greg Walters. Hits his arm. Barry Town United. 2 games, 10 goals. The last 2 games. Peachland actually 6-0 last weekend and currently lead us 4-0. The rain is absolutely lashing down here. And I think the boys need to dig deep. Margetson, again in a similar position to where he found Ian Owen's head. Doesn't quite deliver with such good accuracy. Arman wins it. He's taken late, but comes away with it anyway. Dylan Reese, Makwiramiti. Dylan Reese again. Hits Makwiramiti. Alric needs to be careful on a yellow. Oh, he eyed up that one. Yori Humphries heads it back in play. Good touch. Panache, great touch. Reese Abruzzese skips away from him yet again. Referee gives nothing. And then we'll probably now give Barry the free kick. Incredible. Abba was fouled there. Substitution incoming from Barry. Smith flicks it out wide to Cuddy. Barry come forward again. Inside, outside. Cuddy does well to beat Humphreys. He's still going. Greg Walters does well. Yori does ever so well. Comes away with a tackle, but Barry have got it back. On the left-hand side, Hulbert cuts inside on his right foot. Turks outside on the left foot. Byline, chance. I don't know if you can hear that, but high-pitched screams behind me. Thought it was in the back of the net. It wasn't. Side netting. Luke Reese, I think, had that one covered. Number 17 coming off. Owen Cuddy on a yellow. It's going to be number 21, Ellis Williams, who comes on. No points potentially coming home with us this evening will leave us still in 10th position, a point above Flint Town United, who have played a game less. And looking at the fixtures, Flint tomorrow is a huge one away at Britain Ferry, who are level on points with us, having played 2 games less than us. It's all to play for in second half of phase 1, certainly. Barry Town United tonight skip into the top 6, 2 points ahead of Cardiff Met, but having played a game more. Those two going to be going nose to nose, it seems, with Bala on 19 points, and then, as I said, Britain Ferry and us on 16. All to play for. We head to Bala next Friday night now. That really is a massive, massive game in our season. Pivotal, really. 3 points would bring us back into contention to have half a sniff on the top 6. Anything for Bala would be a bonus for them, as we all compete in the bottom 6. Good ball by Greg Walters, out to Alric on this near side and a lot of space. Can we get a consolation goal? Still about 10 minutes to play. Alaric's ball, not one of his better ones. Cleared. Panache does well to get it down. Yori, Panache, Yori. Mark Guaraniti plays a lovely through ball to Humphreys. Does well to beat his man. Great delivery. Punch clear, only as far as Abu, 35 yards out. Hasn't really got a chance to shoot. Cuts inside, shows him one way, shows him the other. Drills one. Good save by the keeper. Yori squares one. Oh, off the line. Well done, Abu. Well done, Yori. Good head, Pan. It's going to go out for a throw-in over on the far side. Looking around the grounds, I can now report that TNS have taken the lead. An 82nd minute goal to Ben Clark. 88 played 6 minutes ago. They got their goal. Holywell still trail at home to Llandudno. Ended all square. Carmarthen, Caerhili 1-1. Pontypridd take the spoils against J. Thomas. And Ammanford again. Impressive. I've won 3-0 away from home tonight. The third goal there was an Adam John, another former, fellow Pembrokeshire-born player, former Hakin United player. Good links with all 3 goal scorers this evening. Ammanford's win. Haverfordwest throw in. Hulbert's down in the box with cramp. $83 minutes gone here. Rain actually is beginning to stop a little bit. Still an incredibly wet surface here. Tony Panic will be looking to get back into the change room and head into a week of training, debrief, evaluate, pick up the boys now to head to Mice Target next Friday, which won't be covered live on the Bluebird's Nest Live. It will, however, be available to watch on S4C's YouTube channels and Facebook. Keep an eye out for the links across our social media in the week, but you'll be able to Tune in and watch that one, as Abu does well to pinch the ball off Barnard's feet. Comes forward, cut well inside. Saintie's chasing him. Back to Alaric Jones. Out to Dylan Rees on the right-hand side. Seems a case of just see this one out now at the moment. Good through ball. Oh, almost finds Fawcett. Good Dylan Rees. Read that one well. Comes back forward. Fawcett on the edge of the box. Right side. Shoots. Wide of the post. Option probably was to square it there. There was numbers approaching the box, but a shot from Fawcett. I think his teammates are showing too much happiness with the fact he took the shot on there. Probably a shot in frustration more than anything for Ben Fawcett. Wide of the post, but first shot in a while. We've certainly seen more goals this second half, but unfortunately, both of them for the home team. We head into the 85th minute. Goal difference potentially going to be playing a part in things as we move forward. So it's important now. No more goals do go into our net. McCarthy to Pan in the centre circle, out to Dylan Rees. Inside back to Pan again. But options, McCarthy out wide. Ball just skips a little bit behind him. Has to come and collect it. Gets his head up. Chance to move forward. Goes back to Abu infield. Yori Humphreys looking to make an inward run. Ball goes wide. Out. Oh. Free kick. Hallelujah. Finally, the referee gives us something there. Been a number of 50-50s not gone our way, but it is what it is. Cheers by the travelling supporters. Ball played quickly down the right-hand side. Chance to cross. Low and hard. Now then, chance Abu left-footed. Again, I fear that was just a shot out of frustration more than anything. High and wide over the crossbar. It's been lovely for that to drop in to the far post to get something out of the evening. Reduce the goal deficit. We're approaching full time here this evening. Wet and windy. Yeah, the rain's picked back up. Wet and windy. Jana Park in Barry. Not a successful evening this morning. As heavy a defeat as I can remember here at Jana Park, but I'm sure when you see the highlights, you'll see that as one goal, the third goal went in, kick off. 10 seconds later, it's a penalty. Disappointing couple of minutes for the Bluebirds, who at that point I felt, as I said, were beginning to get a foothold in the game and potentially could have made things interesting. Not to be. Here we go. Luke with the ball coming out of his box. Nobody in any rush to close him down from the home side. Goes sideways to Alaric. Alaric using up the rest of his energy. Is fouled on the edge of the centre circle. Abu over it. Sideways to McCarthy. Hawkins coming deep to collect this one. Abu's in the middle. Hawkins is just blocked off. And then loses possession, unfortunately. Cleared all the way back again to Luke Rees. Outside his box, plays to Mac Wiramiti. Head up, coming forward to McCarthy. Right on this near touchline. Not so much movement now. The game is done. Oh, he's not really making those forward runs so much. Not a static Haverfordwest players, unfortunately. Wet, probably cold. Scattered. All about recovering now in the next few days. Having a good session in the week. Good 2 sessions, potentially, before Bala on Friday night under the Scorio cameras. Dylan Rees opts for a high one. Armand flicks it forward. Hawkins inside the box, left-footed. Probably took a little bit too long to get his shot off. Drilled it on his left foot, but it blocked all the way back to Abruzzese on the edge of the box. Out wide to Alaric Jones. Crosses. Good area. Armand. Oh, great ball, Alaric. Armand didn't quite get the contact he was looking for on it. Good effort, but past the far post. 89 gone. Ratcliffe with it. TNS still lead 1-0 at home to Carnarvon. 95th minute there. Thumped again by Ratcliffe. Alaric underneath it, still heading balls in the 90th minute. And again, clipped forward. Alan Rees, a little bit of experience there, stopping Ieuan Owen. Young Ieuan Owen, getting away from him. Almost manhandle him. The referee doesn't seem to be interested in that one. Rees, out to Rees on the right-hand side. Steps forward, plays forward. Good ball. Hawkins to force it. Oh, into touch from Sainty, I think it was. 3 points would indeed be lovely up in Bala next week. Alan Thomas, you're quite right. 2 minutes indicated. Abu on the left-hand side. Fouled. Yes, given. It's fascinating listening to opposition supporters who clearly have got yellow glasses on, blinkered by the appeals. Clear foul on Abruzzese. Protested as if it was a penalty. Free kick put into an area, but again dealt with the aerial ability that's in Barry's backline tonight. Throw in, Alaric, ball in hand. Matter of 70 seconds to go here. Makwiramiti to McCarthy. Got Abruzzese on his outside. Barry, every man behind the ball here. They'll be looking for a clean sheet. Abu, Makwiramiti again. Options to his right, but well read. Ellis Williams. He picks it up. Clips one forward. He's followed his run. McCarthy's underneath it. Great first touch as well to pass out to Walters, who punts it forward. Good first touch by Arman. Back to Abu. Breaks forward. Better. Out to Ben Fawcett on this left-hand side. Going down a bit of a blind alley. Fouled? Nothing? No. Okay. Barry clear. Walters picks up from a miscontrol from Barton. Inside the Dylan Rees. 40 yards out. Clips one in round the back. Headed clear yet again. Will Richards on as far as Sainty. Dylan Rees, captain v captain. They have a tussle. Again, frustration levels pretty high as we approach the last 10 seconds. Alaric just showing Ieuan Owen. Just kicks it out for a throw in. I'm pretty sure that is that. It is indeed. It's a good win from the home side. Comfortable in the end. 4-0. We take our medicine. And like I said, move into next week's fixture. It's a big one away at Bala. Pivotal one for our season. Look forward to speaking to you all soon on a future Bluebird's Nest broadcast, which off the top of my head, I think now will be Flint Town United away just before Christmas. We will see you all on the next one. Thanks very much for joining us this evening. Safe journey home to all the travelling Bluebirds. Over and out, the Bluebird's Nest life.